Hello friends, welcome to the video number 40 for the Excel 2016 series. And in this video we're gonna see how to simulate a progress bar using the data bars and the conditional formatting. It's gonna be actually something very simple. I'm gonna show you four different ways. One is entering your data manually. The other one is how to make it automatically by importing data. We have not seen how to import data from an external file, so I'm just gonna show you how you could do it, but we are not gonna make the example right now. I'm gonna also show you how you can handle the elapsed time. Is the handling is a little bit different because again, well, we are working with times, and it's not that simple as with entering just data. And then I'm just gonna show you that you can also automate this kind of like a progress bar by using or creating a VBA macro. So I'm gonna use this very simple example. And well, basically what we need to do is have a couple of references. First one is I didn't translate this. Well, the start, this is the current, and this is the goal. Let's say that I'm tracking the production in a production line during a shift. Right now it's 7:22 p.m. So I am simulating them working in a shift in the afternoon or the evening. Start and date. That's it. So well, basically when we start, we're going to start at 0. Then as the shift continues, I'm going to make it maybe to 10,000, then 25,000, and I don't know, 50,000, and so on. And well, as you can see, this bar is automatically appearing and growing as the number gets closer to 1,000, 100,000. And the only thing you need to do is to select this tree, then come to the conditional formatting, data bars, and select the type of bar that you would like to show. I usually use this one, the blue one. The green one is also very nice. Let's get with the green one. And well, we have already seen how to do it by manually entering data. Now, we could automate this again by coming here. We're going to see how to do this. Well, there's still a long road before we get into the data. Here, for those who already know a little bit how to do this, you can get data from an external source. It's kind of common that in some companies you have computers or equipment connected to some computers that are connected to the network inside of the company and can write data, collect data, for example, for a production order that has been done, can collect the number of the production order, the amount of pieces that has been finished, and we can have Excel connecting to that file and importing that information. And actually, we can also tell Excel, you know what, every certain amount of seconds or minutes, I want you to go ahead, to go back and grab more information to update the information. So we can here have just a formula that is going to be updating automatically every time that Excel connects and brings new data into the file. So we are going to have now actually like a real progress bar that is updated automatically. Now, for example, this is for handling the time. I can, for example, have a look on how much time has already been elapsed through the shift and how am I doing with my production. So for example, now is showing 1923, so 7:23 p.m. Now is 7:25. Let me just refresh this. We come here to formulas and calculate now, or you can just press F9 on your keyboard. And so this is going to be updated, and this 63.37 is going to be updated. So there it is. So in order to do this, we have to take a little bit more steps. Again, I need to define my starting point. It's gonna be 2 p.m. Again, I am in the evening shift. Then my ending time is gonna be 10:30 p.m. And today's date, well, I'm just putting the formula today or the function today. So if I close this and open it tomorrow, this book, this is gonna automatically show August the 2nd. Here, I'm just adding the date and the time. This is going to be my starting point or my reference for the starting point. And my reference for the ending point is going to be just, again, the date, and I am adding the ending hour. And here, just in the middle, the current is just going to be the function or the formula now. So, well, this is basically going to give me the date and time for the current moment. Now it's 7:26. I can recalculate again. Let's see if it reaches 64.13%. Well, in order to get here, we have to take a little bit more steps. For example, here I'm just calculating how the amount of minutes that have been elapsed from here to the same place. So of course it's 0. As you can see, the formula is I2 minus I2, so it's 0. Here I'm calculating the amount of time between now and the starting point, and here I'm gonna calculate the amount of time elapsed between the ending time and the starting time. So this number, I know it looks a little bit weird, so let's just see. If I put the 0 and the 24 hours, well, this of course is gonna give me 1. So the number that we see here is the proportionate amount of time that has been transcurred. In this case, for example, between 0 and 0 on the next day is 1. It's 1 day. So here I'm gonna go back to 14 and 22, 13, 30. So there it is. Between here and here is this weird number. I mean, it's for Excel. It's the proportional part of the day that has been elapsed. And well, now the only thing I need to do is to divide this by this. So it's gonna give me 100%. Divide this, I'm sorry, this divided by this, and it's gonna give me 0.6437, and this divided by this, and it's gonna give me, of course, 0. And then I just give it the format of percentage. Obviously, this, for example, you can also put it as a percentage in here. So right now I can see that I have been working supposedly for 64.37% of the shift. So here I should be at about 65,000 units. So I'm going pretty close to the amount of time that has been elapsed in the shift. Otherwise, I could be a little bit ahead or I could be behind, and well, take some actions accordingly. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you again is just how you can automate this. I'm not going to see how to make the code, but for those that are already maybe looking at the VBA series, well, I'm just declaring a couple of variables. I'm taking the value of those variables from A2 and C2. So I can change the value here and it's going to be automatically updated in here. And then, well, basically, I'm just going to cycle through those numbers. And I'm going to write the value of the current cycle on B2. And so let's see just what happens. Well, there it is. You can see the effect. Now, one thing, again, for those that already know a little bit about VBA, or maybe are already looking at the VBA series, video series, when you have a very long cycle, or you have Excel or VBA working in a very lengthy task, you can have that terrible situation where Excel shows you that not responding. And well, maybe you know that it's making calculations, but if there is another user, it's not gonna know what's happening, and it's gonna start pulling her hair off, I mean the hairs off, and it's gonna get mad at you because the things doesn't work. So remember that you can include these do events, but you gotta be careful because let's see now how fast it goes. It's terribly slow. Do events basically stops the execution to do some tasks and then resumes the operation or the task. So just handle it with care. Maybe you can place here like if, and then use the modulus, and if the current cycle divided by 10,000 it's zero, then do events, and so that you don't do the events every each single cycle because it's gonna lower, I mean, make it very, very slow your execution in your code. So, well, basically, that's it what I wanted to show you, 4 different ways to try to simulate kind of like a progress bar using those data bars in the conditional formatting. So, well, I hope that you find this video useful, and well, don't forget to subscribe. As always, thanks all of you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.